Hello everyone that is watching this video. I met a guy named James from your church. And by the way, for the rest of YouTube, this is a video going out to Calvary Chapel, Monrovia. Believe that's how it's said. I met a guy named James at the Labor of Love Music Festival, and he asked me to give my testimony. Well, I don't have a really open schedule, so I figured make this video. My testimony. I wrote it in a poem because it's better for me to say it that way instead of just blah 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 blah. And if you guys want more info or questions, I'll put my email that I use for YouTube on the screen now. Somewhere. Where is it? Okay. Now it's just gone. So, if you want to hear it, stay tuned. If you don't, this is your problem. Alright, here it is. I don't toy with emotions. I offer the real blunt truth, even though it may sting to hear, but please listen through. 2014, getting high. Living the good life. So it said. 2015, still high, even though I almost got caught a handful of times. 2016, a worship party at a house. Mind you, I still haven't given my life to the Lord. I almost passed out. Oh, and not eating helped too. October that year, leading church worship. Oh, I had a major headache, nausea, and dizziness. Here it comes, ER trip that night. Emergency MRI, then the news. The most horrifying, blood-curdling, most panic-driven news to hear. You've got cancer. 2 days later to find out it's stage 4. Oh boy! Was that... What other news was given? Surely it couldn't be the last. But the doctor comes to say, and I quote, "We have to act fast as it grows quickly." How long do I have? 4 months if you do nothing. Wow. Talk about a punch in the gut, right? Where to go, what to do, what to say. So much I don't even have time to act till after a biopsy. And to find out it's what now? Oh, medulloblastoma, a fast-growing cancer, usually found in small kids and children. It grows fast and usually taking the life of its host. Pretty bleak. It emotionally knocked me out, knocked the wind out of me. Skip ahead a bit, and I'm being fitted for a mask. Not for my face, but for the back of my head. Radiation is my first step. Face down on a table for 4 to 7 hours. Not claustrophobic, right? Trust me, you would be after that. Eventually it burned down my back, which turns into blisters. No fun. Trying to sit in a normal chair after that. Oh, I'm not done, because the next step is chemo. I will spare you a lot of information of chemotherapy. Here's what the best info to share as it's a poison anyway. Okay, let me say that again. Here's what is the best info to share, as it is a poison anyway. Most anti-cancer, aka chemotherapy drugs, affect cells that divide rapidly. Those include blood cells, which fight infection, help the blood clot, or carry oxygen to all parts of the body. When blood cells are affected by anti-cancer drugs, patients are most likely to develop infections, may bruise or bleed easily, and may have less energy. That's not only. Patients can have side effects such as loss of appetite, nausea, vomiting, hair loss, or mouth sores. You know what's cool? I had every single one of those. Such amazing information, right? I know, pretty dark and bleak, but hear me out. When you're dry heaving all night and you pray and beg God for a sign this Bible thing is real, and boom, your dad turned on a song on his iPod amongst hundreds of other songs, and this one speaks to you. And I mean deeply. I quote what he shared through that song. What he shared through that song. It's alright, my child. I have you in my arms. This is for a reason. I love you, and I will always be by your side. Not exactly spoken to me, but that's what I was given. How can you doubt it now? About 2 months before the end of chemo, a woman receiving, and her daughter with a guitar. And I say receiving chemotherapy. Her daughter sings the same song that was shared with me on that iPod that night. And I couldn't help but cry. See, it's not so bleak anymore, right? Or maybe it is. But when you had a 70% chance, it only prolongs your life, and the finished outcome is remission/cured in 2017, and from a walker to a cane, and now I'm able to jog on my own. That's a testimony. That's the testimony I was asked to share. There are 2 verses that got me through this. I will quote them both aloud. Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. I'll show a photo real quick of what it looked like when I was diagnosed in 2016 of October of 2016. Man, I can talk real good after reading that, huh? Well, with stage 4 brain cancer. Medulloblastoma is a type of brain cancer. It's found in children, kids, and it usually takes the life of its victim or host. And I've done a couple of videos on YouTube where I made it quite aware that I had gone through chemo and what type of chemo I had gone through. It not only brought kids to message me, to email me, and I was able to help them out. And I was told that there was a youth group that at this church that wanted to have me, that would benefit from me having shared this testimony, and I hope it does. As I'm 21, I was 19 when I got diagnosed, I was 20 when I went into remission. And I'm telling you, if there's anything that you think is too hard to go through, I promise you, God can bring you through it. Because if He can bring me through stage 4 brain cancer, He could definitely help you through your problems. Anyway, leave a comment if you saw this video. I'll leave my link or my YouTube channel on screen now somewhere. I don't know where. And hope to see you guys and be able to come out and actually see each and every one of you that this has touched. Child, teen, or adult. I hope that you guys have a blessed rest of your day. Bye. Woohoo. I am a 21-year-old guy living in my parents' basement. No. Why did I think that was funny?